Welcome back to the show. Welcome to episode 8 of Kinda Stubborn. We're rolling. How are we? Is this going to be a bi-weekly show? So far, no. So far, just skipped a week. Could it be a bi-weekly show? Don't know. You know what it's not going to be? Like last week, this isn't going to be a meta episode. This isn't going to be an episode about podcasting. We're not doing that this week. We have topics. That's kind of a lie. I don't really have topics today. It's just kind of a off the cuff episode. It's kind of now that we're in the swing of things. It's kind of what I'm here for. It's kind of what I like. How are we? Happy Tuesday. It's good to be here. Some updates on me. What's going on? The new wrestling channel. We can start off with some media stuff, some TikTok, some YouTube, some content creator stuff. What's going on? This channel, cruising, still figuring out some other videos beside the podcast I want to do. But the bigger news is my new wrestling channel that I made, John Watches Wrestling, is doing solid as of today. I posted a video that I'm really proud of. Bleacher Report put out a rankings of WWE theme songs. And it was me. It's a 20-minute video, and it's me just going through like all 50 of the rankings, and it seemed like it popped off overnight. Last time I checked, it had a couple hundred views, and I woke up this morning, and we're at like 4,500 views. Subscribers jumped up like 500 subscribers. We're at 902 subscribers. That's exciting. You know, I'm trying to get that to... what is it? 1,000 to qualify for AdSense. It's 1,000 subscribers. But the hardest part is that's already hard enough. The harder part is you have to have 4,000 watch hours within the past year. 4,000 watch hours is a lot, especially starting from scratch. It's a lot. So gonna keep plugging away on that. I think it's gonna be more videos in that style. The goal is to not, like, I'm not going to do quizzes and stuff. I'm not going to do, you know, show reviews really, because I don't want to take away. The point is to not take away from Stash Club, but just to add to wrestling content in general. And then that grows, Stash Club grows, everything kind of grows with itself. That's the goal. So videos like that, and I'm glad that did well, and I'm glad people are liking that, because videos like that, just kind of like commentary wrestling, you know, maybe like, oh, like this breaking news happened. Like, let's hop on camera and talk about it for 10 minutes. Right. So I think that's what it's going to go. So I'm stoked about that. The TikTok version of it is also, it's weird. I'm doing like the reactions. And if you haven't seen that style of content I'm talking about, a lot of wrestling creators are doing like, bottom half of the video will be like the reaction, like the person, and the top half of it will be the synced up show, right? And it's hit or miss. It's been mostly miss for me. What's interesting is that AEW has been really hitting. I think because a lot of creators just do WWE and a lot less creators do AEW. Because I posted a lot from Dynamite this past week, and clips did really well. I posted 14 clips from Raw, and most, I think, hit 1,000 views, but like we're kind of stuck there. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I'm just the AEW wrestling reactor guy on TikTok. I don't know. Again, and you know, transparency. The goal with that is 10,000 followers. You can join it's 10,000 followers. I think there's another like view qualification that I think I already hit. I think it's like, I forget what it is. I thought I was gonna pass 10K with Raw, because I was like, oh, like got a couple that hit 100,000 on AEW. We're rolling. The algorithm likes me. Didn't work. I don't know what's going on there, but we're gonna keep plugging away. We're getting close to 10K on there, so that's huge. I couldn't do. I was gonna post clips from All In, the AEW pay-per-view. This isn't going to be all wrestling talk, I swear. It's just content in general. I was going to do All In, I guess, Fight TV and AEW. It's mainly the third party people are really strict with posting that sort of stuff, and I guess people have gotten their channels taken down or their TikTok pages taken down, that stuff. So I've been, I'll do Dynamite, but I'm off. I guess AEW pay-per-view you don't really touch. I don't know. I might do Bash in Berlin this Saturday. I know people post clips for the WWE pay-per-views or PLEs, and they're usually fine. I don't know. It's something new I'm exploring. I'm having fun with it. It's interesting. And we'll see how that goes. The last bit on that is I'm figuring out a name. I don't love John Watches Wrestling. It just feels like a lazy kind of cop-out name. I want something cooler. I want it to be like John and then like cool name, right? Like John adjective or John something, right? The leader is John Moonsault. I also don't want it to be like Johnny Moonsault or Johnny something. It's overplayed. It's overdone. I also don't want to really go by Johnny. But John Moonsault sounds sick. I was doing some research, so I want to play everything legally straight, right? And WWE trademarked the term moonsault. So I think in like 2020 or 2021. Sorry, I had to take a sip. In like 2021, they filed the trademark. And I still don't know if it's an active thing, but it's when NFTs were like really popping. And I guess WWE was doing NFTs or something, and they were calling their NFTs Moonsault or Moonsaults. I don't know. I just don't want to get in trouble for doing John Moonsault, and since it'd be something I'd be making, like I wouldn't be making money off the name, but it'd be the name, it'd be the branding. I don't know. If anyone's a lawyer out there, let me know. That's, I don't know if legally you can do that. I don't know. I just don't want to get in trouble. I just don't want to get shit taken down or a cease and desist sent to me. But John Moonsault's sick. I don't have any other names, but I want to be John something. I'm sure I'll think of something. John Michelangelo. There it is. There we go. I don't know. If you couldn't tell by the shirt, we just filmed a bunch of Stash Club stuff right before this. So I figured, why waste a shirt? I was going to change shirts, but then I remembered I pay for laundry. And I was like, all right, we're going to ride out this shirt the whole day, and that's fine. We did a bunch of My GM Bros. We did some TikToks. New direction on that TikTok channel. So we're stuck at like 113,000. And some of the quiz clips do good, but it's all repurposed stuff. We're still going to post the podcast clips. Those never do well. So now we're diving into original content on TikTok, like original short form stuff. So Dante had a couple ideas there, and we filmed those. Those will be up, and we'll see how those do. But it's a platform we have 113,000 on there. It's not really growing anymore, but now it's like, okay, we have this huge platform. Not huge. We have this decent sized platform along with the YouTube channel. It is also over 100,000. Like, let's really start, digging in on it and making it just as strong as the YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for some original content. We're also posting on Instagram and all that stuff. So that's that. I think that's kind of the lay of the land content wise. New music hopefully coming out. I don't want to promise anything, but my goal is September. I want to put a song out. I was stressing about like making a music video, but like I've come to terms. I don't want to say the music video's dead, but it's not alive and thriving. It's not alive. That's not really a new discussion point. It's just kind of, I think I heard this from what artist was being interviewed. I forget. I was listening to some artist interview and they were just like for the artistry, I still love it, and it's why I would still want to keep making music videos. But at this time, when I can't really dump money or excessive money into a cool music video, we're gonna keep things simple. We're gonna keep things DIY, and the emphasis is obviously on TikTok clips, and it's clips over a music video these days. Which again, I'm not excited about. They're not dead to me, but I do see where the priority now is, and I'm kind of just going to play to that game, right? Also, the other problem I'm running into is it's a good song that I'm working on. It's basically done, but I sent it to my friend who produces music, and he was like, because I produced this song, and I have sub bass on it, and my friend was like, "Oh, what if you put an 808 on it?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't think of that." Swapped out the 80, swapped it out for an 808. It probably works better. I just need to like, now that I'm putting an 808 on it as opposed to a sub bass, now I need to mix the whole thing different. I need to level things out. I might need a side chain some stuff, which was we're really getting into the weeds of it. So that's pushed it back, but it's ultimately going to be for the best song, which I'm content with. So hopefully that's out in September, and I'm trying to get like, my goal is to get like, which also I'm saying that it's August 27th, so I think September is a good deadline, but maybe I'm looking at the end of September. I don't know. I kind of love September. September's a good month. It didn't used to be because, back to school, and I kind of talked about that last week, how we're all suffering from PTSD because of back to school ads. But September's a cool month. September feels refreshing. It feels revitalizing. The weather gets a little cooler. I don't know. September's always been pretty good to me. So I think that's the goal. I'm trying to get a little backlog of songs before I start putting stuff out. Because I run into this problem every single year where I finish a song I'm really hyped on. I don't really have much in the chamber, and I just jump the gun, put the good song out, and then I'm like, well, I don't have anything to follow up. Okay, see you in 8 months, So that's that. I think the songs, speaking of copyright, I want the song to be called Krillin, like Dragon Ball Z. But again, I don't want to, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. And I don't know. But either way, be on the lookout for that. That's going to be exciting. I think I'm going to try to film something for it. It's not going to be like the craziest music video, but it's going to be more of like a visualizer. And I want to kind of step back into my videographer bag, So I think I've kind of strayed away a little for this sounds egotistical, but it's like none of my friends do like the same sort of stuff I do for the most part, like as specific. But it's a weird thing where it's like, I'm the one creating the content, I'm the one on camera, I'm the one making the music, blah, blah, blah. But also I want to hold the camera, and I want to film, like, and it's not coming from a place of, oh, I want to hold the camera because only I'm going to do it good, and only I know what my vision is, and only I know, I only trust myself. It's not that. I love filming, and I love being the videographer, and it's so fun to me, and I haven't done something like that in a while. Like, I can't remember the last time I filmed something where the camera wasn't just sitting on a tripod like it is now, and I actually had to, like, handheld it or gimbal it and get these creative angles and movement and things like that. And I don't know how I can do that with, like, I mean, I guess, like, the answer is, like, you make a story-based music video where there's actors in it and I can direct it. Like, I want to do that someday, but I think right now is like, it would be too confusing, because it would be like, who the fuck song is this? And I've surpassed the point of like, be the mysterious artist and blah blah blah, because I'm yelling about wrestling 4 days of the week, and then I'm on here, like, the mystery. I'm at peace with. Currently, I'm not like I'm not a reclusive, only posting when I want, whatever artist. And that's fine. It's the job I have, and I think the landscape is so different anyway that it's nearly impossible to do that these days. Not impossible, but for the most part. So anyway, I don't know where that came from, but point being, hopefully stuff's coming out. I don't know. All right. Point of this video. Here's the title. Let's talk about some internet stuff, huh? chronically online guy talks chronically online internet things. Have we seen anything pick up as much steam and lose as much steam so quickly both ways as Demure? I don't think so. Maybe this is just what the internet is now. It's happened a couple times. I'm kind of being a little hyperbolic. Like, there's been plenty of things that have come and gone so fast, and like, it's been the talk of the internet for a week, and everyone's saying this new thing, and then, you know, it gets sold in a matter of a week. This, I kid you not, Demure, I got put onto it, and I was annoyed and over it. I swear to you, within a couple of hours. And that's not even me being like, oh, I'm too cool for this popular thing. And da-da. No, it's because when I was on TikTok doom scrolling, as I do at 1 a.m. every night, I watched one video and I was like, oh, Demure, very cutesy. And you're like, oh, I get what this is. How this is funny. And then that's the next, I swear, 7 to 9 videos of people saying the same thing. I was burnt out within the hour of it. It's dead now. It is so, I don't know if it's dead, but I think we're at the point where now we're over it, especially once you see, and this happens so quickly, brands started using Demure so quick. A content creator, her name is Lauren or Laura, you know who I'm talking about, cool girl, blonde hair, makes dances to like rap songs over like really pretty instrumentals. Anyway, she just made a TikTok being like, acting as like a middle school teacher, school starting out, acting as a middle school teacher and saying like, a young 22, or I guess you wouldn't be 22, a 22, 23, 24-year-old teacher right now is like a middle school teacher in class being like, Timmy, that's not very demure. That's not very mindful. Ooh, coloring on the desk, not very demure, not very, you know what I mean? And that's crazy. That's absolutely happening. Just as much as like the young kids in the class are saying crazy shit, like I imagine a class of just like a young teacher and young kids is both of them just yelling like Demure, skippity toilet, riz at each other, and it just and eventually it just everyone leaves with a headache. Is how I imagine school is nowadays, or at least middle school is with like whatever. What is Demure? For those that don't know, for those that have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, Demure is another trend. It's another thing. It's another thing people are saying now. It's not like a new word. It's not like it's a new word like Riz or anything. But according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it means reserved, modest, affectedly modest, reserved, or serious, coy. Google defines it as reserved, modest, and shy, typically used of a woman, of clothing, giving a modest appearance. You get it. It's very like, and the way it's used in this context, like the meme is like, the way I eat my McDonald's French fries, very demure, very mindful. I'm not making a mess. I'm dashing some of the salt off as to not, it's just very like, using it in a way as like I am very respectable and I am not causing any waves and this is how I keep my peace and my peace around you. Like I said, it was fun for about an hour, but man, are we over it? And I'm even starting to see. I'm not the first one to say this. I'm starting to see a bunch of TikToks that are like now at the point making fun of it, and this happens in every single new word or new phrase cycle where it's hot, everyone's using it, and then come things where it's like the TikToks people are like very demure, shut the fuck up, and people start screaming at their camera. It's the natural cycle of things, and that's where we're at this point. So we're at the end. I would say we're at the end. If I hear anyone still saying it unironically, it does kind of get an eye roll. Say what you want, who gives a shit, but it's like, I don't know. Hopping on it now. If you want to hop on it to hop on the trend, you missed it. Sorry, you missed it. And I think that's okay. I'm saying that as if like you missed out. That's not what I mean at all. Good for you. If you don't even know what demure is, I know I just gave you the definition, but like you don't need to learn because you missed the start and you missed the end and it's over now. And your life didn't change. Nothing happened and life goes on and everyone's fine. And I think that's the better way to live. You know what I mean? I just so happen to be a little chronically online. I think I've done a good job. And I wouldn't consider myself too brain rotted, but I'm definitely online, and we're trying to fix that too. So I don't know. Demure's over. Very very mindful. Very very demure. If you couldn't tell what the name of this episode is going to be, Dunzo. I wonder what the next thing's going to be. And again, not to reiterate all the point, but like you're in the. I'm starting to see packaging, like product packaging and posts and like Ritz crackers posting it and eating Ritz crackers is very demure, very mindful, and like all these brands commenting on the TikTok. It's just once it hits that, it's like it's over. And it might not even need to be because the people someone made a TikTok saying like basically the same comment saying, "Oh, it's very funny seeing some of these companies, like random companies, not even like companies that are big and known for their social media presence, like a Wendy's, but like I don't know, Firestone Tire, right? That's a tire company, Firestone. Because Firestone, every single company now, whether it's like Firestone Tire, if they have a marketing team, obviously they had that before, but also now part of their marketing team is a social media team. And every single brand sees it as advertising. And if a video pops off and it gets 1 million views or some fucking reason, that's free advertising for Firestone, right? So all of these not obscure, but all of these like brands that would otherwise never have any sort of like reason to post a TikTok are all hiring these like 22, 23, 24-year-olds with these, marketing and whatever. And that's not a slide to them. They deserve these jobs. Get your bag. You deserve these jobs. What you went to school for, and it is a job. And it's shit that I do. I'm not. I hope I don't come across as say anything whatever about it. But it's more so just funny. And again, someone else made a TikTok about this to see like in all the comments, it would be like, it'll be or what it was you can tell which brands hired the 24-year-old and which ones are the 35 to 45-year-olds trying to keep up. And then that popped off. So naturally, here come all the brands in the comment section. And you can kind of tell. And, Wendy's will say something like very on it or whatever. Even like, Firestone. I'm just using that. That's the only thing I could think of. Firestone is has a comment. You're like, wow, that's very like not cringe and like on point. They definitely have some 23-year-old intern running their TikTok account. And then you'll see like, I don't know, Pillsbury or whatever comments like yes queen, and it's like, oh, that's the 37-year-old, that's the 37, because like it's a little bit outdated and it's a little bit like a couple years ago, which is just how the internet is now. Like even something a couple years ago or a year or two ago is considered so outdated and old and, for lack of a better term, cringe even to the youngins, So it's, I don't know, it's interesting at the same time as it is interesting. It's to watch these life cycles. It's also not, because it's going to last for like Demure. I swear lasted in total, not just when I was like sawing over it, but I would say a week and maybe a week and a half if you want to really stretch it. I don't know. R.I.P. Demure. I'm curious I don't know. The next thing could be fucking anything. I don't know. What are we at? 24 minutes. I feel like I've been talking for 40, 100 minutes. It's going to be a shorter episode this week. I'll tell you that now. I rewatched Bikeriders with my dad. which I wish I just saw it with him, but he hadn't seen it. I watched it with my mom too, but she saw it in the theater. My dad was the only one that didn't see it, and my dad's a motorcycle guy. So that was his favorite movie is Wild Hogs. So I was like, if you liked Wild Hogs, I got a movie for you. Let me show you something. If you thought Wild Hogs was good, let me show you. Let me show you this. There's a movie that was referenced in Bikeriders. I think it's an old Marlon Brando movie, and apparently the gang that Bikeriders was about was initially started because of this Marlon Brando movie. I forget what it's called. I could look it up in 2 seconds, but so that's at the top of my watch list because I wanna get the full circle scope here. Great movie though, really good movie. And again, I try not to, I think this is the reason it's not. What am I trying to say? My dad owning Harley Davidsons is the reason why I can at least kind of claim like I still think, me wearing a Harley Davidson t-shirt or things like that, you could still consider it a little stolen valor, but I think I have way less of stolen valor because I was I at least grew up around it. I would go to my dad always had different Harleys. When I was old enough, he'd let me ride on the back of his Harley. I loved doing that. That was sick. So I've been on motorcycles. I've ridden on them. Granted, it was when I was a kid. I always rode dirt bikes when I was a kid. So I at least rode some sort of motorized bike. And then, we'd go to some motorcycle shows, and I've always been around the culture of it. My dad was also in, I want to emphasize this enough, a club. It was basically just like an older guys riding motorcycle club. It wasn't anything like Bikeriders. It wasn't a club that turned into a gang. It was just a group of older dudes who would ride motorcycles together, and they'd go on hour-long ride or couple hour-long rides and whatever in the woods and what have you. Nothing sketchy, nothing bad. But point being, it's why sometimes, obviously, I'm not fully relieved of the stolen valor because I don't own a motorcycle currently. I don't own a Harley Davidson, but at least I got something. At least I'm not. Which I even think, even if you, the point I'm trying to make, I'm just kind of talking. I'm not trying to make the point of if you wear a Harley Davidson shirt and name 5 Harley Davidsons, that's not what I'm talking about. Wear the Harley Davidson, wear the Oasis shirt that if you never listened to them, who gives a shit? It looks sick. I prefer to have a little connection with things I wear. That's why I feel fine wearing the Harley shirt, because that I kind of prefer to have some sort of connection. And I feel like I got something. Like I said, it's kind of what I'm getting at with not as much stolen valor, because I got some sort of connection. I've been on bikes and around the culture of it and blah, blah, blah. I want to get a bike eventually, but in the same breath, I don't, because man, is it dangerous. One day. I could see one day maybe when I'm I don't know, riding a motorcycle when you're older is hard. But in my head, I'm 40, 45. You're settling down. Maybe you live somewhere in the sticks, so it's all open road. I wouldn't want to own a motorcycle in any sort of city or even busy town. If I would want to own a motorcycle where it's wide open streets, it's safe to ride, and I don't know. I don't know. I'd probably get another dirt bike first. If I was in that situation, I'd get another dirt bike first, and I don't know. I've always thought about it. I've always liked them. I'd get something small. I wouldn't get nothing crazy. I think my dad had, I don't know, this has not helped my case with the stolen valor stuff, but my dad had a fat head, I think, for a while. I don't really know the models too well. I don't know. But either way, Bikeriders, good movie. It was cool to watch with him because he would be like, oh, that's a blah, blah bike. And he kind of knows the history and stuff. And he'd be like, oh, that's supposed to be that guy and blah, blah, blah. It was cool. It was a good experience. I heard Borderlands is going after, I saw it on Twitter, after 3 weeks of being in theaters. This Friday it's going in digital, so woof. Kevin Hart's in that, right? It looks like Kevin Hart's Jumanji movie. Like, they look the same. It gives off the same energy. I'm excited for, I don't know anything about it, but Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut with Blink Twice. Is that what it's called? With Channing Tatum. Excited about that. I'm going to see that soon. Haven't watched the trailer. I'm going in blind, which is how I prefer to see stuff. But I do know it's Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz is his directorial debut, and I'm a fan. I don't know what the general, not that I need to know, but I don't know what the general consensus on Zoe Kravitz. I think she's sick. I think she was great in The Batman. I don't know too much else about her. Oh yeah, she was in Fury Road. She was one of the girls. I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, Zoe Kravitz is sick. Who's she married to? Who's Carl Glusman? Why does that name sound familiar? Another actor? The Watcher, never seen it. This guy looks sick. Is he all tatted up like that? Oh no, he's getting tattoos put on for the movie. For a movie. I don't know. Who's in this movie? I'm back to Blink Twice, sorry. I don't want to see, let's see, this is a, I should probably look up the movie title, not just Zoe Kravitz, huh? Blink Twice. I'm nervous. I don't want to read anything. So I don't want to read the synopsis or nothing. Channing Tatum, Haley Joel Osment. Those are the only names I recognize. Simon Rex is in it. Oh wow. Gina Davis. Oh okay. Christian Slater. Naomi Aki. Her name sounds familiar. All right, the only thing I've seen is Billionaire. So I think it's gonna be like a billionaire meets up with someone and they go on adventures and da-da. I don't know. Seems cool. Seems exciting. I always like a known directorial debut is always fun. Like when Jordan Peele first for his movie first came out. Now we got Zoe Kravitz, and it's like it's fun to see. Like she's also, I think, 35, 37, something like that. She's young, so it's cool to see like. It's cool to be there for their starts, and who knows, like Zoe Kravitz could go on a generational run, and all of a sudden, it's the same thing. Jordan Peele's the better example because he's done it. He put out his first movie, and it was like, wow, that was good, and he kept on putting out horror movies, and now he's like a staple in the genre modern day. I don't think overall, I don't think that point can be made just yet. Wouldn't be crazy if it eventually gets to that point. Probably will. But it's cool and fun to see like the early beginnings, and I remember going to their directorial debut and I followed them, and it's like I wasn't able to follow a director like Scorsese or Wes Anderson or whatever, but Zoe, if it's good, I'll keep up with you. I'll see him anyway. All right, I think that might be the show. Whoops. Like I said, shorter one this week. Not much has changed since last week. I still don't have my loafers. I think I'm gonna get the loafers. I think I've made my decision on the cherry red Doc Marten Adrian loafers. I think that's where we landed. Gonna get those hopefully this week. Start to break them in for the fall. I should probably get them sooner or later. So like maybe by the time it's like fall. Or I shouldn't even say fall. It's still summer until September 21st. Break those in, get those ready. I just got these jeans secondhand. Tell you this, perfect jean, except for there's one blemish in them. I know this is not the most exciting shit in the world, but one blemish. There's one mark, which I saw that wasn't in the pictures. Person I bought this from, I'll tell you that wasn't in the pictures. So hopefully I can get that out. Maybe I'll put a Tide to Go stick on it or whatever. But you also can't you can't notice it. I'm the only one. I'm like that with everything. Like, if I notice it, everyone's paying attention to it. In my brain is what I think. Like, so I'm, this isn't going to ruin the outfit. But in my brain, it does. So we'll see. We'll try to get that out. If not, oh well. Life's over. If not, if I can't stand on my jeans, life's over. You know. Just kidding. Where's my phone at? Oh my god, it's over. Where's my phone? I was gonna see. I think it's in the other room. I was gonna see if I had any more topics written down because sometimes I write those down and I don't think my laptop is synced to my phone anymore because everything's a scam and storage costs money for some reason and everything's a scam and everyone wants your money and I'm not paying for that. Okay. Let me go into my notes here. Double check. Maybe it did update. Whoa. Oh, it updated. It updated. The only other thing I have on here is the ray gun break dancer, but that's so 3 weeks ago. That's so 4 weeks ago. Oh, I was talking about it last week. So I have a success. I have a W to report. We got the Tyler Creator photo tee. We got it. I'll tell you. All right, this is the last thing, and then we'll get out of here. We got stuff to do. I got editing to do. Might go to the gym. Probably not today, but I went yesterday. I'm trying to get back in. Trying to lock in here. I'm trying to really get in shape and get that going. That could be a fun update for the pod. How we're going. It's not gonna be a weight loss thing. I'm not gonna be that vulnerable with it, but I'm not gonna be giving numbers or whatever. But the only numbers I will give is do I? I was gonna say, we've been bench pressing. Yeah, we're getting strong as shit. But I don't know if that's too much to be like, and I benched that. I feel like I don't want to do that. We'll see. Because this could change next week. 'Cause I didn't go to the gym like at all next week, and I went once this week, and now I'm like, I'm back on my shit. Anyway, what were we gonna talk about? Supreme, the W from last week. I was talking about going for the Tyler T-shirt. I think I already said this. I got it in a large in heather gray. Honestly, the color I wanted. I was looking at all the other colors. I didn't love the bright colors. I have too many black T-shirts. If I'm even gonna wear it, I haven't opened it yet. It's still in the packaging, and I don't know if I'm gonna wear it. And also, I'm if I wear a new T-shirt or I get a new T-shirt, whatever, I'm a wash and dry it. I don't care even if it's like, hang dry. It's a T-shirt. I'm not hang drying a fucking T-shirt. That's why everyone complains like, hang dry and because they're buying everything is so low quality now. That's why I rarely buy like a brand new article of clothing. Pretty much everything is like secondhand or vintage, or whatever. Not because I'm pretentious, because the quality's better. And you can wash and dry a T-shirt and the fabric isn't going to disintegrate, or it's not going to be ruined, or the collar's not going to be stretched out. So with this though, I don't know. I got three options. Which option A is what I'll probably do because I'm a firm believer in like fuck it. Like this isn't what like flipping stuff and selling stuff like isn't what I do. I don't like flip and buy Supreme. I don't go to the thrift store to throw stuff on Depop to try to sell it. I don't do none of that shit. So I could open it, wash and dry it, wear it. It's a large. Hence the reason for drying is it's a large. I like my stuff oversized, but it needs to shrink up a little bit so it's not like gargantuan on me. I could just sell it outright. Let's see what they're going for before we make any claims. Let's go on StockX. Should I be on Grailed for this? Again, see, I don't really know. Supreme photo tee history. What if I just look up Tyler Supreme? So I'm thinking if I just outright sell it, what are we getting for it? Size. Oh, I mean, this isn't worth. See, this is like another reason why it's like not that I got it with this intention to sell it. And this is even pushing me back over the line of like, no, keep it and wear it. Right now, for a size large in heather gray, I could sell it for $75. The last sale of it was $63. That's $1 less than it went for retail. Damn, the game is over. That's so funny. Wow, the game is washed. Back in the day, in like 2016, that would have resold for like, it'd be 125 to 200. Maybe I'm talking crazy. I don't super know what I'm talking about, but like, it wouldn't currently be, because the Tyler Supreme tee is sold out right now. I wouldn't be able to get that if this was at its height. I wouldn't be able to get a photo Supreme tee for $10 over retail. That's how much over retail you can pay. Like, let's look up. It's like a box logo T-shirt. Again, not that I'm like a fan of those, but like, I feel like those are still going for some money. Okay, the white box logo tee, 200. 147, 140, 198, 144. Okay. What is this one? I don't know, man. That's interesting. The sweatshirts are really expensive. So my other option is, do I keep it in the packaging and just sit on it? Maybe wait a couple years. I don't know, but you look at like the Nas Supreme tee. That came out however many years ago. Okay. A black Nas Supreme tee is selling for $250. The last sale was, holy shit, $400. I don't know. Because here's the thing, and I'm not even, so the point of that I'm getting at is, it's not like, I don't love this style of graphic. I don't love just like the big print graphic, like big square takes up the whole t-shirt. I honestly wish it was a little smaller. Like, if you look at some of the other photo tees, the photo is like smaller. Not like crazy smaller, but it's not as big. Like, let's look at like, who else has one? I'm just going to look up Supreme. I think I'm coming across like I'm way more into Supreme than I am. And trust me, I'm not. Here's the Gucci Mane one. Gucci Mane one is smaller. The last sale, that was $300. I'm just a Tyler Creator fan, is really what it is. And he just so happens to be doing the Supreme stuff, and it's interesting and it's nostalgia for me and brings me back to 2016. I gotta make sure that's clear. Neil Young, $345. I don't know. I honestly might just sit on it and have it as a collector's item. Because I don't love, like right now, I talked about this like an episode or two ago, but right now I'm very kind of in like the whole outfit complementing themselves. So like, maybe I buy the loafers and those are like the poppin' piece. And then you got a nice pair of jeans and like a good fitting, t-shirt with no graphics on it and whatever. I think I'm getting over graphics again, which I said this last week, but unless it's like a vintage Harley tee, that's kind of my one, or a Stash Club Wrestling t-shirt. Shop.clutchpoints.com. We have a new t-shirt out. Please go get that. Please. Andre 3000 t-shirt is going for a little under 100. Last sale 70. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I might just take it out of the plastic to see what it looks like in person, like in real life, and in front of me, and see if it's even possible to make a good fit with it. Because that's my whole thing. It's like, I don't want to just wear it for the sake of wearing it and I look foolish with it. But it's like, oh, I have it because it's Supreme. That's not what I'm about. But if I can wear it and it just so happens to be a Supreme t-shirt and it's a good fit and it goes with everything, then like all more the merrier. That phrase didn't make sense for what I just said. And again, I'm a big advocate on wear your shit. got a new pair of shoes, a new expensive pair of shoes. Wear them in. I think adding, getting the scuffs and whatever. You're living with your clothes. You're living with your items. The scuffs and the marks and the whatever the imperfections are the character of it. I'm a big believer in like things like that adding character. Now, if you have a white T-shirt and has a giant ketchup stain on it, I don't think that's just character. I think that's a ketchup stain, and you got to throw that T-shirt out. But like, washing and wearing jeans, and they get a wear in them, and I believe in all that. Not that it applies less to T-shirts. You don't really want like stains on your T-shirt, but because I would be nervous to. It is a heather gray, and I would be nervous to like where am I gonna wear it? And if I wear it somewhere, I gotta make sure like, okay, well, where I'm going, we're not eating dinner because I don't want to spill anything on it, and I don't want to, whatever. And I'm only gonna drink clear liquid so I don't spill anything on it. Like, I feel like I'd be too anxious with it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna talk I'm also acting like, I just stumbled upon a gold mine. Again, as we see, the market's strange. Let's see if Tyler, let's see if anyone's talking about this. Tyler Supreme Tea, what do they call it? Put it on ice? On ice or where? I wonder if that's a discussion point. Tyler Tea is cheap. What does that mean? That's from 2 days ago. Uh-oh. 3 days ago, Tyler Tea is cheap. Just got my tea and I'm low-key disappointed in the quality. The print itself feels rough and cheap, like a bootleg tea you get off the street. I have the Young Boy tea also, and the print quality is miles better. Again, mine's still in the plastic. I've just been sitting on it. It's not even made in USA anymore. Okay. Interesting. Oh, so the quality's gonna be bad. That's so sick. I don't want a Supreme Tea of a dude wearing the Supreme Tea I really want. That's funny. All right. Damn, the Supreme subreddit. I haven't been on the Supreme subreddit in fucking forever. It's dropped off. Yeah, I guess they got bought by a big corporation, and they're like mass producing it. Basically, same thing happened to Palace. I'm learning all this as we go. Got my first Supreme Tea. Any tips for it? Wash it? Let me just all right, we'll get out of here. That was actually on the Tyler subreddit. No, it wasn't. It was on Supreme Reddit. All right. Tyler. Relevant all time. Let's do new. Tyler Tea is cheap. That's like the main. Interesting. That's a interesting article. Or not an article, Reddit post. I'm leaning on selling it. And maybe just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I admittedly got caught up buying it I bought it straight off nostalgia. I texted my buddy when I bought it, like all caps, like, got the Tyler Tea. And he texted me back. He's like, I had to look at the date on my phone, so I thought it was 2016 again. I think I got it strictly off nostalgia and being a Tyler fan. And also in the back of my mind, I was like, and if I change my mind, I at least bought something that I can turn around and resell and make a little money off it. That doesn't seem like super the case. So I might just wear it. Unless it's like really bad quality. Because I'm glad I read that, because now that even goes to the other fact of like, well, I don't want to wash it and dry it, wear it once or twice, decide to sell it. One, when we get my money back, and two, if the print is crappy, then all of a sudden the print's and there goes the money, and it wasn't a cheap t-shirt. I'm not saying I made the right choice buying this t-shirt. It's not saying I made the financially right decision. I'm not saying that any of it was the right decision, but I did it. And I gotta live with it. Oh man. That's silly. Silly. Well, if I'm selling it, I'll let you guys know. All right. Wow, that kind of went on a little bit of a tangent, huh? I'm talking to myself the whole time. But I really just kind of was really talking to myself for that last bit. Just kind of realizing the decisions I've made as of recent. Wow. Interesting. Well, yeah, people. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Happy Tuesday. Kind of Stubborn. Episode 8. Again, for next week, we're on Spotify. Apple Podcasts, sure. I don't really see the stats for that. It's mainly YouTube and Spotify. But if you're on Apple Podcasts, it's there too. Again, Spotify. Please subscribe. Leave a like. If you want to hit join, you can join. You get some emotes or emojis and emoticons out of it, I think. The join button is mainly a donation. So that's there if you feel whatever. And let me know what you want to talk about next week's episode. If you have any ideas for some videos on here, what do you want to see? All of that stuff. Go check out my my wrestling channel, John Watches Wrestling. TikTok, YouTube, the video on there is doing pretty well, like I was saying. Anyway, we'll get out of here. Thank you for joining. I'll see you next time. That's the episode. Kind of Stubborn. All right, bye.